There's like nothing for dinner.
What's for dinner tonight? I know you love that question. Yeah, it may look on the channel like we got this locked down, but we struggle just like all you guys. Next stop,
Korean market. We're gonna pick up some short ribs for dinner.
oh yeah. Woo. Whoa, that's a lot of kimchi. It's on Saucy? You know, I really enjoy those little Asian markets. Sometimes it's like, you know, shoulder to shoulder, you gotta shuffle by people, but they cram in so much good stuff in there.
So we're going to make the sauce for our Galbi today. If you haven't already, I have a Galbi recipe here that just uses a bottled sauce for those really quick meals that you need to get on the table, but this is pretty fast as well. So, but we're just gonna make the sauce from the sauces that I already have at home. And if you also check out my Asian haul, you can check out some of the basic sauces that I keep in the house so that I can make my own sauce. All the ingredients you would have if you have all the basic bottles, except for one item. Asian pear. Now it comes wrapped up like this because they bruise very easily. But if you don't have Asian pears or you can't find them, you could always substitute a regular pear. I think I've seen a substitution for this, like a Bosque pear. I'm using 1/3 of a large onion or half of a small onion, so about this much onion. I'm just gonna put that in my Vitamix. I'm also going to add 6 cloves of garlic. And I think Koreans tend to use a lot more garlic than this, so really it's at your discretion, but I'm using 6 cloves. Give it a bigger whack, skin comes off more easily. I'm using a very tiny piece of ginger. It is definitely smaller than a thumb. I don't know what to call it.
Close.
Half a thumb size. And to peel the ginger, you use the back of your knife, not the sharp side, but the other side. And if you just run it along the skin, it just comes right off. See? And then you're not wasting any ginger, you're just removing the skin. And that's how you peel ginger.
Ooh, pro tip.
Okay, I'm just gonna give it a rinse. I'm gonna toss it in my blender. And you only need half of the pear, so you can eat the other half. You can actually try it and see what it tastes like. So it just looks like a apple on the inside. I'm gonna remove the skin. I don't think the skin would taste very good in there. And we're gonna core it. Whoops. I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of water just to get this thing going. And we're gonna blend this up first.
Yeah.
Woo! That onion. Then we're gonna add half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of soy, 2 tablespoons of mirin. Oh, this is that slow bottle.
20 minutes later.
And mirin is a sweet rice wine. And if you don't have mirin, you can just find rice wine, and you can use that instead. I want 2 tablespoons of sesame oil and some ground pepper. And we're just going to mix that up. Now I am gonna go get my meat.
That is some serious marbling in that meat.
I have to say, these are probably my favorite cut of beef. They're short ribs, but they're also called LA style short ribs, I think.
Why is that?
I think because the ribs are cut laterally. That's what LA stands for. Maybe they're not called LA style ribs, maybe they're called La.
Oh my goodness, you are gonna draw the fire of all the Koreans out there.
Anyways, another name for this cut is flanken.
Thanks for the potentially false information.
Anyways, I am making them in the Instant Pot today, but what you could do is marinate these overnight and throw them on the grill. I'm just gonna make them in the Instant Pot and throw them under the broiler. You know what? They're still partially frozen, and you know what? And that's fine. When you marinate them, they will thaw. And if you cook them in the Instant Pot, that's fine too. Even if they're frozen, it just takes a little bit longer to come up to pressure. I have 2.5 pounds of beef. I put about half of them into the pot, and I'm going to pour some of the sauce in. Oh, now it's like, sorry, the sauce is separated a little bit, so I'm just gonna mix it back up. And we're gonna put the rest in, and then we'll dump the rest of the sauce in there. All right, putting the lid on, locking it into place, making sure the sealing knob is on sealing, and 5 minutes, high pressure. That's it. In the meantime, I'm just gonna make some Japanese rice and wait for the ribs to be ready. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Well, that's not true. It took time to come up to pressure. Cook time was 5 minutes. Why am I still afraid of this thing?
I don't know.
All right. Ooh, they look yummy. All right, I am moving these over to a sheet pan that I've lined with parchment paper, and you can line it with foil, or you don't have to line it at all, it's up to you. I just prefer easy cleanup because I'm gonna stick this under the broiler. Sticking parchment under the broiler is not the best idea I've ever had. I've never burned down the house. It's fine. Oh, they smell so good. We're gonna put these under the broiler for 3 to 5 minutes to brown and crisp them up a little bit. And I am also going to thicken up the sauce.
Whoa. I could pretty much eat it just like that.
I know. And generally, well, you could just eat it like this, but what we like to do is cut them up, put them back in the thickened sauce. I thicken it up with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with 1 tablespoon of cold water. Make that into a slurry, and then once your sauce is simmering, you can add it and thicken up your sauce. And what I do now is I cut them up in each segment and I put them back in the sauce. I find that when we cut them up into smaller pieces, they last longer. Otherwise, everyone will have like, oh, I want another whole rib. But when you cut them up into little pieces, they're all like, oh, I'll just have one more piece.
That's true.
We're trying to curb their meat intake. That's what we're doing. And I just put them back in the sauce. When you're grilling them on the grill, on the barbecue, you're not going to get this sauce if you're not making it in the Instant Pot, because it would have just been marinating overnight and you would just put them on the grill and there'd be no sauce. I suppose you can make the sauce on the side.
You'd have to cook it through, of course.
Yeah. And just make sure all the pieces are covered. And this is just the way we like to eat it. With some rice and with some seaweed.
And some sides, some Korean sides.
Yeah.
What they call them, banchan.
All right. Are you guys ready for?
The taste. This indeed is one of our favorite meals, and before you started cutting the ribs into the different segments, it was tough getting any leftovers at all. Woo! It's good. I feel like something is dripping on the side of my lip. I feel like I want to lick it, but that'd be disgusting on camera. Sorry guys, rice wasn't ready yet, and I just needed to get in here. Usually, with the rice, I'll carve it up into smaller pieces, and I'll rip up. We have the smaller pieces of nori. Come in contact with the rice, pick up some rice, put the galbi in there, and in one perfect bite. I gotta make mention of the sauce again. That is that it does have the really nice complex flavors, and you know exactly what went into the sauce.
Yeah, I should just make the sauce from scratch. Not buy bottled sauces anymore.
Yo.
It wasn't that hard. All right, thanks, dude. All right, another really simple recipe. I hope you guys will give it a try. And again, if you want to just marinate it in the sauce overnight, throw them on the grill the next day, a few minutes on each side, and you'll have a delicious meal also. All right, if you don't already, please subscribe to my channel. I have some other Korean recipes in my cookbook that you can find here, and some other Asian Instant Pot videos over there. Till next time, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.